I'm Dr. Bill Berkowitz, Life Chiropractic in Grass Valley. Let's talk about the top 3 ways chiropractic can help with anxiety. If you suffer from anxiety, probably nobody has told you to go to see a chiropractor. And in truth, a lot of chiropractors really aren't going to help you because they need to have a specific focus and understanding in order to do so. But let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is linked to stress. Now, some of us are more predisposed to anxiety. It might date back to our family household when we grew up. We might have suffered trauma. It might have been physical trauma. It might have been emotional trauma. It might have been a divorce of our parents. It might have been an alcoholic parent. It could have been anything. It could have happened as an adult. Some people have a predisposition to anxiety, just like others have a predisposition to digestive problems, whether it's acid reflux or ulcers or inflammatory bowel disease. But there's a link between stress and anxiety. When we get stressed, when we encounter stress, stress is, in my definition, anything that exceeds the capacity of our nervous system to respond. Stress will trigger the fight or flight system of your nervous system. That increases tension in the muscles, increases vigilance, raises our heart rate, raises our blood pressure, shuts down digestion, impairs sleep, increases inflammation, and a number of things that set the perfect environment for anxiety. It also lowers the activity of the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve does the opposite. It supports healthy sleep, healthy digestion, rest, recovery, relaxation, healing, lowered inflammation. So really the key to providing an environment in which you can overcome anxiety is to restore that balance between that fight or flight system and the vagus nerve. We want to lower the sympathetic fight or flight system, and we want to elevate the activity of the vagus nerve. How do we do that? Here are the 3 ways. 1, we restore balance and motion to the cervical spine and pelvis. The cervical spine and pelvis have the greatest influence on the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic system. We want to balance out the upper neck. The vagus nerve passes right in front of the first bone in your neck, and if that is out of alignment, it can irritate and put pressure and tension on the vagus nerve, which lowers its activity. Number 2, we want to restore mobility and alignment to the mid and lower back, from the top of the shoulders to the mid-lower back at the L3 level. This is where the sympathetic fight or flight system is located. And restrictions and misalignment here tend to activate that fight or flight system, which tends to suppress the vagus nerve. And number 3, we want to activate the vagus nerve. Most people who suffer from anxiety have had an imbalance in this autonomic nervous system, fight or flight versus vagus nerve, for years, probably since childhood, and will take some repeated activation. It's not enough simply to remove the interference. We need to exercise the vagus nerve. And that's what I do in my office. I give everybody activities that will cultivate increased tone in the vagus nerve. Now make sure to subscribe to my social media channels and visit my website, lifewithinchiropractic.com. Thanks.